Welcome back to the Morning Buzz here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. It's that time of the morning again. It's interview time. And today we have an interview with the president of Montclair State's Marketing Club, Sam Barkho. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, guys. How are you doing?
Okay.
Yeah, period. Love to hear it.
Yeah. So, welcome to the show. And obviously, it's an honor to be in the presence of a president. It's a hard thing to say.
Yeah, a bit of a tongue twister.
And I'm crediting our producer, Isaiah, with this next line. So don't hold this against me, but technically you and President Obama have similarities.
Wow. That's pretty dope.
But
You're not wrong.
he's not wrong. I take no credit for that line. I don't want credit for that line. But jumping right into it, what is the Montclair State Marketing Club?
Of course. Well, one, thank you for having me here today in this nice, fine morning. So, the Montclair State Marketing Club, we are open to all undergraduate students here at the university. So, if you have a slight interest in marketing, we are here to basically teach you what it takes to be in marketing or just how to market yourself, personal branding, really anything. Our personal goal is really just to help out students who, really want to be creative, but want to, take a dip into the business realm. And that's all what marketing is about. So we actually teach students, the different topics of marketing, what are the basics, and we also offer them a certification for the amount of meetings that they go to. So it's a really great way to just kind of dip your feet into marketing, add something onto your resume, and just meet other people with similar interests to you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And what has your path been to president of the marketing club?
So when I was a freshman, I chose my major and it was business admin with a concentration in marketing. And I joined the club my freshman year because I wanted to meet new people. And I actually got on the e-board my fall semester and I was secretary. And then from there on, I moved up to VP of comm and communication. And then with that also was like with PR. And I really just dove into like social media, really just like our external marketing for the club. And then I actually got to move up from there to president after I got to shadow the previous one. So that was kind of like my path in the journey to becoming president. And, a lot of it was online, unfortunately, from when I joined. It was in person my fall semester freshman year, but then we switched to online.
Right.
So this whole, year has kind of been like a very big learning process for me because I went from, talking to people on Zoom and a camera and just to really like having to present in person to like 60 people or to like advisors or people in the business department. So it took a lot of like courage and definitely a lot of practice.
Right.
And also it's a very different engaging someone like online versus in person.
Definitely.
So definitely has been pretty much a pretty big journey.
And so you mentioned like speaking to advisors and the business marketing. What are some of your other responsibilities as president of marketing?
Yeah,
club?
so I actually bring in guest speakers. And so last year I brought in a guest speaker from Disney ESPN.
Wow.
A lot of our club members loved her. She was great. And then we also brought in another guest speaker from a tech software company in New York City called Ability. That was pretty awesome. We also brought in a marketing and PR individual from Bumble and Bumble, which is a hair company. So really cool things so far. This semester, we are bringing in an entrepreneur. She has her own marketing firm. She's been in a few different magazines like Forbes, BuzzFeed.
Wow.
So, we definitely always try to bring in pretty big guest speakers so students can connect to them and really just, learn about the industry a lot more.
Wow, that's incredible. What do you think a typical like meeting? How does like a typical meeting go for MSMC? It's funny. I keep on seeing MSMC and like want to say WMSC. It's like I don't know.
So okay. So I mean, we start off, obviously like, greeting people. Sometimes I like to vibe, like to play music, and then we get into the meeting. And I usually talk about like current events kind of going on in the business realm. That just kind of, gives everyone like a general idea, just brings something fresh and new. And then we get into the topic of a meeting, and that could be something like brand marketing or like consumer behavior, something like that. And each e-board member will present a different subsection of that topic. So, for example, if it was like social media marketing, someone could talk about app development, someone could talk about branding, someone could talk about like ads online or like digital ads, website ads, because there's so much to it. So, each meeting, the whole point is so students can really discuss their thoughts and opinions on each topic, but while learning what it actually really is, because that's the whole point of our organization, is just to really teach you what marketing is about.
And within these meetings and in the club as a whole, how do you think being a part of your club specifically prepares people for the future in the marketing and business worlds?
So honestly, I feel like just talking to people and learning how to talk to people and just reading people is really a vital skill for when it goes to going into the real world in general. So I think we're really just prepping students to, how can you actually share your thoughts? How can you be comfortable with sharing your thoughts? How would you change what this big business is doing to their logo or whatever they want to do? And really just by teaching students this and how to network with one another, you're
Right.
actually learning, I feel like, more than you are in school sometimes. Like the amount of times I feel like, oh, I already know this and I'm in class is just because of this club. So sometimes taking the initiative on your own to learn things is just honestly better off.
Yeah, I can definitely stand by that.
Sure, yeah. Learn by doing. So of course, like I think like it's kind of funny how social media and marketing are so like inextricably linked now. How do you guys kind of go about like learning about that or teaching that in any way?
Yeah, so for social media, there's so much that goes into it. I feel like that is diving into like a beast. And there's so many things that can go into it. And when we when we have a social media general body meeting, like we can't even cover everything that's in it in an hour just because of how much there is to it. And we basically just try to teach people the basics. Like, so if you want to start off in social media, are you trying to promote a business or are you trying to promote yourself? Because there's a very big difference between like personal branding and professional branding for like a company or like your own small business. But
Right.
the way we kind of go about it is teaching you about different apps, different algorithms, different things that people want to see on the internet and what's going to draw attention to what you're putting out there. So that's the overall like main idea when it comes to social media age, is that it's free and it's a great way to promote yourself, and you can kind of create this image of who you want to be online, which is kind of the beauty of it, because whatever you're putting out there, people are going to believe.
Right.
So
So we've talked a lot about the marketing club that you are absolutely president of, but to focus more on you, what made you decide to pursue a career in marketing?
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I have to choose, like a career path that, I want to make money in and I know will be like, I guess, kind of not guaranteed, but, stable. But I was
Right.
like, but I'm a very creative person. I'm a very talkative person. And I was like, I feel like I can't really do that in something like accounting, no tea, no shade. But they're really smart, so I give them credit. Don't get me wrong. Could never do that. But like, so that was kind of like my thought process was like, what is something I could kind of go into to really like showcase like online and digital marketing is definitely my favorite thing. And obviously when I entered college, like that was a thing. So it's not like anything uncommon.
Right.
So I just knew like, all right, if I want to go and I want to work for like a company, what I want to do? I want to promote that the stuff they're putting out, like I want to give them like a brand image. Like I love brand marketing, digital marketing, definitely like what I'm very into. When I was in high school, I was like sales manager for my theater company. So I was like, okay, I kind of like the idea of like running a business, but the more creative side of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we also understand that you're also a fashion, lifestyle, and travel blogger. What's the creative process of running an account like that, and what kind of inspired you to make that?
Yeah, so that's basically just like a very big hobby for me. I mean, yes, it teaches me a lot about social media marketing. Do not get me wrong, it definitely has helped me a lot. But I love fashion. I just love looking at like trends, lifestyle, like traveling. Obviously, it's been a little bit difficult for the past few years, but I definitely like love it. I love taking pictures. I love just kind of like trying out new things, and it kind of gives me like an excuse to try out new things in a way. And it really just like helped grow my confidence. And I made that because I always found myself like wherever I went, I was like, I just want somewhere to like post this, or if I like was trying a new food, if I was trying a new place, going somewhere new, like I used to go on like I traveled like different countries a lot, so I was like, I just want somewhere to put this out. So definitely why I definitely created that page.
Well, thank you for coming on the show. Like I say, it's not easy getting up at this time, but before we let you go and maybe get some sleep, how, if people are interested, how can they get involved within the Montclair State Marketing Club?
Yes, so definitely go ahead and follow us on Instagram. It's msu.marketingclub. And you can also follow us on Engage. And you just search Montclair State Marketing Club on your Engage page, and then you follow us, and that's how you get our emails. And that's how you can join our organization.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, guys.